Our dungeon master tip: redefining races and lineages. Let's be honest. There's a lot of stuff changing in D&D right now.
For better or worse.
Yeah, and
But it's all an experiment at this point.
yeah,
Yeah.
a simple but extremely effective tool for dungeon masters to help your world stand out. There are a lot of generic traits that lineages and races have. What can you tell me about orcs, you guys?
They tend to be tribal bands of barbarians that tend to raid villages all the time.
Would you agree with that, Matt?
Yeah.
You want to tell me a little bit about gnomes? Nobody plays gnomes, so he doesn't know what to say. Halflings?
Um, I mean, the best way that is presented is Lord of the Rings with the Shire. You know,
Okay.
they live in hills. Their houses are made out of hills.
Little jolly.
Yeah,
They tend to keep to
Fun loving.
themselves, especially those. They try to avoid other races.
they don't like
Yeah.
strangers.
Yes.
What about giants? Or Goliaths?
Mountain orcs, basically? No.
Wow.
Brutish. All right. Did you know, as a dungeon master, if you really want your world to stand out, tip those on their head.
Yeah.
A halfling doesn't have to be a jolly, second breakfast, ring carrying, delivering person. Instead, they can be vicious, brutal cannibals,
Like a Dark Sun.
like in Dark Sun setting. Maybe the Goliaths aren't a focus on fighting and this primitive clan culture. Maybe they're highly intelligent merchants and they travel. The reason they're so buff is because they carry everything everywhere they go.
Or stonesmiths because they live in the mountains.
Ooh, that's really good. I like that. Maybe dwarfs don't live in mountains. Maybe dwarfs live in forests and elves live in mountains.
Yep.
What I'm trying to say is redefine what races and lineages means to you in your world. This simple change to your game will affect not only the lore but player expectations. Your world will stand out because you will not forget the world you were in when you were attacked by cannibal halflings, just swarmed by them. That's something that sticks out in your mind. You know what doesn't stick out in your mind? A swarm of orcs that are cannibals.
Now, I do want to be upfront, though, is like when you make these changes, be upfront with your players about them. Because, yes, it is good to try something different every now and then to make your world stand out. But at the same time, maybe those stereotypes, maybe those tropes are there for a reason.
Yeah,
People
go
often like those tropes.
yeah, go in depth with the lore of the world of each race
Yeah.
as you're going by.
I'm not saying don't do it.
I'm saying do it. Because I'm tired of dwarves living in mountains. I'm tired of elves jumping in trees. I want to make elves 2 feet tall. And I want them to sit on shelves. Right?
And make toys.
And make toys. There are so many different ways we can do that. You could totally just call an elf and give it all the gnome features. And it's an elf.
Yep.
And that sets your world apart. Ian said talk to your players about it. I say fuck that. If you want to make a bend to the rules for their character, by all means.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to play a halfling, but I don't want to be an evil cannibal. Okay, well you're the only good one that's existing. And actually, 13th Age does that really well. In 13th Age, there's a one unique thing feature where your character has one unique thing about them that is a truth, no matter what you say. So maybe Ian wants to be a boring, jolly, potato eating, second breakfast, devouring, ring carrying halfling. And that's okay, but he's the only one.
And potatoes are delicious.
Depends on how they're cooked. Oh man, I just saw a machine on TikTok for making perfect potato chips. You just put them in there and go, and it looks like a little washing machine. Perfect potato chips coming out. Oh, so good. I'm derailing. We need to check. We need to get that though. It does not work like this one. This one looked like magic. The one we have is a mess and terrible and inconvenient to clean. Anyways,
And she's laughing as he's saying that.
yeah, because she knows it's true. I was super excited to get it, and it just turns it into mashed potatoes almost. All right, so if whichever direction you choose, whether you want your gnomes to be, clever tinkerers or brutal cannibals, consider changing them from what the norm is, just to make your world more memorable. And it really will just throw the players off their game.
memorable and unique.
Yeah. And that's what we're all here about, right?
Mhm.
You don't have to follow the tropes. Ian makes a good point. The tropes are there for a reason. Tropes are also meant to be broken.
Yep.
That'll do it for our Dungeon Master tip. Redefine races and lineage.